All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome in. So there was an interesting little bit of dialogue that came out of a Josina Anderson podcast with a new member of the Atlanta Falcons, Calais Campbell. To quickly recap, they were talking about, free agency and whatnot. But apparently, Calais said that Aaron Rodgers texted Campbell saying, hey, come to the New York Jets. Let's go try to win a championship. Now, at face value, it's a text message. And I don't want to blow this thing out of proportion, but I will say this. I do think there's more that meets the eye here. I mean, there's so many rumors coming out in the last couple of weeks, like, oh, the 49ers, Rodgers potential, that could potentially happen. The Tennessee Titans now is like the team that people are talking about linked to Rodgers. Rodgers did not go on the McAfee show and say, I'm done with the Packers, trade me somewhere else. He didn't go on the McAfee show and say, hey, I want to go play for a contender. He said, my intention was to play for the New York Jets. He hasn't met with the Titans. He hasn't met with the 49ers. He hasn't met with any other team. The only two teams that Rodgers has talked to are the Jets and the Packers. So given this information, knowing that Woody Johnson, these guys took the private flight out to California, met with him, they laid it all out on the table. They're bringing in guys that Aaron Rodgers wants to play with. They're pursuing guys that Rodgers wants to play with. They signed one of them in Allen Lazard. Of course, Mercedes Lewis is still out there. Randall Cobb is still out there. Couldn't land Odell Beckham Jr. Could not land Calais Campbell. But when we look at the information that we have right now, I think it just further drives the point home that Aaron Rodgers will be a Jet. I think, we have to take it for what it is. Granted, it's just a text message. It's just a simple text. I completely get it. But if Aaron Rodgers wasn't serious, if Aaron Rodgers was thinking about other things, if Aaron Rodgers was, more concerned with retirement, I don't think he would have done this. This to me is like a Brady move, right? Like, hey, reaching out to everybody. Antonio Brown, Le'Veon Bell with Tampa Bay. I mean, think about all the veterans that joined Brady down in Tampa throughout the course of his Bucs tenure with Gronk and Julio Jones and all these different guys, right? Richard Sherman comes out and he's out there playing for Todd Bowles' defense. Like, this to me seems like a Brady move. So I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. I think this is pretty cool. I'm getting excited about this. And, you can laugh and say, hey, man, it's a simple text message. Who even cares? But again, I do think this says something about where Aaron's at and that this trade at some point will get done. There's no other teams that could make a push. I guess theoretically they could, but, it just doesn't make much sense. It's on short notice. They don't know if Rodgers wants to play. Now you're going to have to compete with the New York Jets or with a potential offer. Too many hurdles to clear if you are another team like getting into the Rodgers mix now. The Jets and Green Bay have been going back and forth since confirmed the Senior Bowl. Could have been potentially before that, but we'll see how this thing plays out. I get it. It's a text message, but hey, I'm excited. Let me know your thoughts, and as always, go Jets.